What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. Now, one of the most common spiritual awakening stages is that stage after you've gone through the dark night of the soul, you've purged what no longer serves you, you've shed that old, asleep, limited identity, and now your new higher identity is trying to come online in your current timeline. Of the spiritual awakening stages, this is usually stage 3, where you feel called to find your life purpose. And this is usually where a little bit of anxiety can pop up because we feel called to do something. We just don't know what it is yet, and we're not really sure how to go about it. And this can send our mind racing all over the place to find our life purpose. But the true spiritualist has greater control over their mind than that, Light Fam. We don't let the mind control us here at Lightways. I did do a video on feeling anxiety when you think of your life purpose. I'll link that video in the description below. I also did a video on the 4 spiritual awakening stages, which that video is doing very well right now. I'll link that video in the description below. You can watch both of those videos after this video. But this video is going to be on the spiritual awakening stage of finding your life purpose. More specifically for this video, the secret to finding your life purpose. Let's go. Spiritual awakening stages. The life purpose stage. So this is spiritual awakening stage 3, discovering your life purpose, but not quite stage 4 where you're living your life purpose. And as I mentioned, that newfound desire to find your life purpose can bring up a lot of anxiety. And where did we say anxiety comes from in previous videos, Light Fam? Yeah, from your mind being out in some future scenario instead of being centered in the present now moment. It's kind of like that old saying, disturbed waters can't reflect back a perfect image. So you need a calm lake to reflect back that perfect image. And this is the first part of the secret to finding your life purpose. Only when we are centered in a state of gratitude and allowing in the present now moment are we able to perceive the clues coming to us from our higher self and our heart as to what truly resonates as our life purpose. But we got to get the mind, ego, out of the way. The ego is all about control. And when the ego doesn't know something, like your life purpose, it can send you, if you let it, on this wild goose chase and this search to find what it doesn't know so that it can regain control. So if we let the ego send us on this desperate search, it can turn into this vicious tail chasing cycle, which can take a subject like finding your life purpose, which is supposed to fill you with joy and inspiration, and turn it into this subject that stresses you out because it can make you believe that you're running out of time, which actually is not true. A major key to finding your life purpose is realizing that you are not your mind. You are not your ego. You have a mind, you have an ego, but when you can center yourself in a state of gratitude in the present now moment, your mind, your ego becomes your employees, not your boss. So, how do we get the ego the heck out of the dang Kool-Aid? We let go of the search for our life purpose. We release that scavenger hunt for our life purpose, and we step into a state of allowing and surrender. Letting go of the search and remaining open to whatever shows up takes the mind, ego, out of the equation. Your life purpose will not come from your mind. It will not come from ego. It will come from your heart. And it will be confirmed by your spirit, your higher self, source. You'll just know. You guys have heard me discuss in previous videos where you knew what you wanted to experience, learn, and even what your life purpose was before you decided to incarnate. So this would suggest that your higher self already knows what your life purpose is. But your ego can't know what your life purpose is because you didn't have an ego before you decided to incarnate. The ego is just a survival tool for here in the physical. And this is another reason why the ego believes that it can't survive if it doesn't know everything, i.e. control everything. So now that we know to usher the ego off of the stage, it's time to usher in the real star of the show, the real MVP, and that is your heart. It's said that the heart is the radio through which your higher self communicates to your physical self. So that old cliche, follow your heart, really does apply when we're talking about the secrets to finding your life purpose. So the joys of your heart, the passions of your heart, what makes your heart sing, as they say, is never coming from a place of ego. So remember, if your higher self knows what your life purpose is and your higher self communicates to you through your heart, then you can trust the calling that you're feeling from your heart as to your life purpose. So aside from just following our heart, how do we get the actual game plan for our life purpose? We simply ask. Remember, if your higher self, your spirit guides, your team in the unseen, source consciousness basically, knows what your life purpose is, then you simply need to ask them to reveal it to you. And then remain in a state of allowing and surrender to whatever shows up. You might get amazing synchronicities where this potential opportunity pops up, and then later that day you meet the person that can actually make that opportunity happen for you, and right as you're talking to them, you see your birthday on a license plate. So when we remain centered in a state of gratitude, in a state of allowing, meaning the ego and its need to know everything and control everything is out of the equation, you will be amazed at what actually shows up and then gets confirmed in the most synchronistic of ways. Another secret to finding your life purpose is to look at your talents. What are your talents? What are you naturally gifted at doing that is out of proportion with your other abilities? Would it make sense that if you knew what your life purpose was before you decided to incarnate, that you would equip yourself with certain talents, natural abilities, and gifts that would allow you to effectively and efficiently live that life purpose to its fullest? So examine what fills your heart with joy, cross-reference that with your natural gifts and abilities, and then take a look at what the universe may have presented to you as your life purpose. And when all of those moving parts fall into vibrational congruence with one another, then bingo, you found your life purpose. Now, question of the day. What is your life purpose? Let me know how you guys are following your hearts out there, Light Fam, in the comments below. Remember, if you do have a question for me, add me over on Instagram _Lightways. If you know anyone that's having a little trouble finding their life purpose, please share this video with them. It may give them the inspiration that they need to find their life purpose. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching, and to all you love. Peace, guys.